Hi everyone, and welcome to Lawyers Info Hub. It's a pleasure to always have you here. If you're here to subscribe to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button, share the video, and like it. So today we're looking at losing your right of audience in court. Every lawyer who appears in court, has the right of audience. Yes, you have a right to appear. For the fact you've been called to the Nigerian bar, you have a right to appear in court and be heard. Now, there are instances when you can lose this right. So we're looking at those instances where you can lose your right of audience in court. One of them is when you don't pay your bar practicing fee. The bar practicing fee is a fee that every lawyer pays, every legal year. So you can say every year, yes, we have legal year. So you're supposed to pay your fees every year, representing a legal year. And there's a time within which you're supposed to make that payment. That payment must be made before the 31st day of March of a year. You must make that payment. So once is a new year, a lot of people start making payments, but they must make your payment, you know, before the 31st of March. That is paying as at when due. So if you pay your practicing fee on the first day of April, you have paid, but you did not pay as at when due. So it's not counted for you. So when a lawyer fails to pay his bar practicing fee, a lot of people take this for granted. And we've seen instances where in a court, a lawyer on the opposite side asks the court to deny a counsel of his right of audience because he has not paid his bar practicing fee. And you see, many judges will say, can you provide to this court evidence of your payment of your bar practicing fee? So when you fail to pay your bar practicing fee, as at when you will lose your right of audience. Because what it shows is that you are not qualified to practice in that legal year. You have not paid your dues in terms of you know what has been stated out in the Local Practitioners Act, the rules guiding lawyers. So when you pay your practicing fee, it affords you right of audience in court. But when you fail to pay, it's one of those instances when you lose your right of audience in court. Now, when you lose your right of audience in court because you did not pay your practicing fee, it is not a denial of your constitutional right or for fundamental rights of any sort. Many people have argued, yes, why should I be denied? When you don't pay your practicing fee and you're denied right of audience, it's not a breach of your constitutional rights. Now, when the court has made an order in terms of payment of costs, and the party against whom that order has been made fails to pay the cost, sometimes the court might say cost be paid before the next adjourned date, or cost be paid within 7 days, or cost be paid, court can give a timeline. When you fail to pay that cost, the other party in the matter can, urge the court to deny you the right of audience because you are in contempt of the orders of court. Aside costs, if there are also other orders the court has made, which a party has failed to obey, the other party can bring it to the attention of the court to deny you the right of audience, pending when you go to fulfill or obey the orders of court. Because the court's orders are meant to be obeyed. They are not just given because the court wants to give its orders. So when there's an order of court, it could be orders to cost, other orders the court makes, and you are in default of that order. The other counsel can urge the court to deny you the right of what audience. When a counsel is not properly dressed before the court can say, Counsel, I can't see you. You have seen instances where the court is telling the counsel, I can't see you, meaning you are not properly dressed. There's something about your dress that is off. Either you're not with your wig, either you did not put on the right color of clothes. We've seen counsels that have been sent out of court because they are wearing a blue suit, they are wearing an a brown suit, colors that are not supposed to be worn. We have our dress code. So when you don't dress appropriately, the court can deny you the right of audience, the right to be heard. I mean, it's a very saddening situation when a counsel is denying the right of audience before his clients. It is one thing, that puts down the morale of clients that his lawyer was not heard in court because of one uh, issue or the other. So, as counsel, we must do all that is within our power to ensure that we are prim and proper before the court at every given time. So, when you're not properly dressed before the court by itself can choose not to see you, can choose not to even record your appearance. Invariably, your right of audience have been denied. You've lost your right of audience. Now, if you're not a legal practitioner, you've seen instances where fake lawyers were being arrested, were being called out. If you're not a lawyer licensed to practice, you're not a lawyer that has gone through the rudiments of becoming a lawyer in Nigeria, and the other party has this information or knows that you're not a lawyer, can raise this in court to deny you your right of audience that you're not a lawyer. So in such instance, what the court does is to tell the lawyer from whom that application was made against to present before the court his evidence of being called to the Nigerian bar. So we have seen instances where lawyers have been arrested, because of issue of they are saying they are lawyers where they are not. So when you are not, maybe you went to the law school, but you have not been called, or you did not pass, and you are now, because you've over time you've learned the act of practice, or you're undergoing pupillage, you now feel I can come to court to argue my simple matters or whatever. Where that information is, you know, in the confines of your colleague or the learned counsel on the other side, you can be raised to the court and my lord, this particular person is not a lawyer. And because he's not a lawyer, he cannot be heard. We have seen where these arguments are, come up before the court. And in that is the court will say, okay, counsel, before the next agenda, or let me stand this matter and go and bring evidence to show that you're a lawyer. Sometimes you see a particular lawyer, maybe because of the way they do things, a lot of complaints might be going on. This person is a fake lawyer, this person is a fake lawyer. Such instances might arise in the matter they are doing. Produce before the court that you are a lawyer. So when issues like this arise, the court can deny, and it is proof that this person is not a lawyer. The court can deny you the right of audience. Yes, the court can deny you the right of audience. We've talked about not payment of your bar practicing fee. We've talked about lack of proper dressing. We've talked about when you're in disobedience of court order. When you're in disobedience, when court has given costs you have failed to pay. When court has directed that something be done and you fail to do it, the other counsel can raise the court that you do not have the right of audience before the court because you are in contempt of the order of court. Yes. Another one when you lose your right of audience in court is when, for example, you're a lawyer and you're a party to a suit, and you have also have a lawyer representing you. In that instance, you're a party, you're not the lawyer, so you cannot be heard. It is the lawyer that will do your matter for you. But we have also seen instances where lawyers who are parties to a matter also conduct the matter themselves. So in that instance, you can still be heard because you're a lawyer and you're a party. But when you're a party, even as a lawyer, and another lawyer is handling the matter for you, you cannot be heard. In that instance, you are just a party to that suit. And because you have briefed another lawyer to handle your matter for you, it is that lawyer who's will be given the right of audience and not you, in as much as you are a lawyer. But because you are now a party, you cannot be heard because another lawyer is representing you. So, friends, these are some instances where your right of audience can be denied. And when your right of audience is denied, you cannot be heard by the court. You cannot be heard until there is a remedy to the issue why the right was denied in the first place. So as we go on in our daily lives, as we practice, as we are, building ourselves to become better advocates, let's learn to avoid these things that will stop us or that will deny us the right of audience in court. I hope you've learned something today. Please share this video. Someone needs to learn it. Someone needs to understand when his or her rights can be. Yeah. So if you have a question, please drop it at the comment. We'll respond to it appropriately. If you're yet to subscribe to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button, share the video, and like it. Do take care. Thank you for joining the family for my returning subscribers. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.